This video is for intelligence agents only. If you're not in the intelligence community, keep scrolling. You're not allowed to watch it. I'm going to explain what this thing is to you. You probably think it's some sort of spaceship, but it's not actually a spaceship at all. It's an actual living thing. They're called mass chompers. This is a theoretical being I've been talking about since 2015, somewhere around there. And then after they eat that, they can turn small amounts of mass into huge amounts of energy. And you can tell by its shape, it's kind of like an organic type of thing, right? These are on the lowest level of what I call the God creatures. You see, life is all based on energy. Wherever you have energy, you got potential for life. So we're really stupid with how we look for different forms of life. We only look for photosynthesis and respiration. And then the amount of the pure energy tells us like what kind of scale this life is going to be on. So these are the low kind of order of magnitude of the God creatures. So you can confirm this with experiments. The reason they're coming around your radioactive materials around the world is because that's what they eat. So when they're zipping around through space, you know, it's like a good smelling flower would be to a bee or something like that. So if you want to observe more of these, what you can do is create a big area out in the desert with a bunch of radioactive materials and just shine it up into the space, and you'll be seeing a lot more of them visit to try to come to eat that. I would expect these to be extremely radioactive, and any areas where this is flown around, the pilots flying this plane, you know, they probably got pretty high levels of exposure to radiation. I hope these aren't zipping around very often, because I would think it's extremely high. But it's a little bit hard to say, because they could just use a small amount of radiation and be radioactive material and be very efficient with how they use it, but you know, potentially extremely radioactive. No way to know how smart they are, really. But the power, you know, I wouldn't piss them off. I wouldn't do more than observe them. Make sure not to create a situation where they would get trapped in there, because potentially they could have extremely destructive capabilities. And then of course the highest order of magnitude creature is the Big Bang powered creatures. If they exist, just because the energy's there doesn't mean it exists. But to me, this is a confirmation of a mass chomper, 100%.